Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. So yeah, as you can see, we have lost our trend line. Lost this rising trend line. We pretty much had lost it. We were struggling to hold it anyway, as you can see. We got squeezed between it and our resistance. Our Bitcoin did not have the gusto, the power to break above 36,000. So we obviously had every opportunity to, and clearly the bulls got tired and the bears stepped in and took control of the market. So they've actually done a good job of taking us not only down to our support zone, but actually through it, and actually getting follow through low at the moment. So we don't realistically have any support levels now until we get down to basically around the $31,000 level. So we are just all holding our breaths, hoping that this can just be a sort of a fake out below this support zone, and we can find our way back above. But obviously this is resistance now, so any pullback into the 33,000s, this zone here is potentially going to be met with obviously selling, with it being resistance, at which point we could be getting a forward check, a back check, and a pay check for the bulls to the downside. We will still be operating, as you can see, within obviously our wider range, albeit the lower side of it. So it isn't all a disaster until obviously we lose this lower level, if we lose this lower level. But yeah, it isn't ideal coming down to potentially test it again. But yeah, like I said, if on this candle within the next how long have we got left? Well, we've got nearly the 4 hours, of 3 hours and 20 minutes. We've got most of this candle left. If this candle can get back above, well, we'll call it basically back deep into the 33k, say 33,500, which is over $1,000 higher. If it can do it within the next 3 hours and 20 minutes, it won't look so bad, and it will pretty much look like a tweezer, like a sort of tweezer bottom, I think it's called, with the candlestick formations. And then yeah, then we could basically start to make our way back up towards 36,000. But that that is clearly clutching at straws. Obviously anything is possible, but yeah, that's what we need to see. If not, we are playing the game of do the institutions come in again around 30,000 to buy up Bitcoin, or have they bought enough previously? So yeah, things not looking too good. If we want to go over to Ethereum though, it's not looking Ethereum Satoshi pairing. It's not looking disastrous. Obviously a bit of a pullback in our zone that is fraught with resistance. And if we do look at the USD pairing, as you can see, not looking too bad either. Still well above this major level that we need to hold and make progress up from. So overall, Ethereum is not looking too bad, and obviously there's a potential for Ethereum to turn back up and then obviously drag Bitcoin with it for a change, as opposed to it being the other way around. Bitcoin dominance also not really doing too much other than obviously reacting off our major support zone, as you potentially would expect. So is this just a little bit of a fake out, a little bit of a pullback before we do just to shake out those over exuberant bulls, sorry, a little bit of a fake out before we do break below here, before Bitcoin does just tweeze back over here. I feel like we're definitely clinging to some optimism there. And yeah, before Ethereum turns back up as well, we shall have to see. Stock markets obviously are what's obviously causing this. As you can see, they are having a bit of a pullback. They obviously had that pullback here and then rallied straight back up. So we're going to have to obviously monitor this, and does it do the same this time? But stock markets are pretty top. Oh, this is not open yet. This is obviously not the futures. But yeah, stock markets, as you can see, getting a little bit toppy. Also, we would note the 10-year is clearly coming down for risk off. We had this wider range where if we were in, things weren't too bad. But yeah, we've broken down to the lower side of this now quite convincingly. So yeah, I mean, this is not a risk on trade, this yield coming down. So it is no surprise to see obviously risk asset stocks and Bitcoin also struggling a bit. The dollar as well. just hovering around these levels. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what happens here. Yeah, basically that's all I can say really. We've got resistance here, we've got support here. We need to lose this support and this support to get to start to look good again. But is that going to happen? Or are we going to take this out? It's only a stone's throw to take out this high, and at which point we can be looking at higher prices for the dollar. We'll have to monitor that. Not much else. We'll just have a quick look at gold. As you can see, gold reacting as it should potentially do to the risk off. Obviously, stocks down, gold up. Like the olden days, like the good old days that some of you guys maybe won't even remember. But that's how markets used to trade. But yeah, so things are looking a bit dicey here. Like I said, we've got 3 hours to make this a fake out. Otherwise, we are going to be more than likely going to be testing down into here, and then yeah, I mean, things could get pretty messy. Don't forget, we've got low vol here. As you can see, tightening price action, i.e. low volatility. So if this does expand, and it does expand to the downside, then yeah, we easily got the juice now to get us through 30,000 to the downside. Obviously, an expansion of volatility doesn't indicate direction, and you can get one way and then the other, and that is clearly what we're hoping for. But we shall have to see what happens. I mean, at the moment, we've got to get back above this level, or we are gunning for this level, and we're going to have to see if we get supported. So there we go, guys. There we go. Things were looking like we were going to try and have a move at least to the top half. It wasn't too much. It wasn't looking like too much to ask, but clearly, at least for the time being, it was. So finally, stochastics, 4 hour is coming down. 10 hour suspect is potentially turning back over now, if it wants to load yet. I mean, we did turn back up, but has turned back over and coming down. 12 hour suspected now is, well, actually didn't ultimately turn back over, but still coming down. Daily has turned down as well. 2 day has turned down. What a difference a day makes. And then 3 day and 5 day is still pointing down, but at a low level. So yeah, this is not looking great. It is not looking great. Like I said, we know our levels. We know what we're looking for. We're looking for trying to get back above 33,500 ASAP, or we are playing that game again. We are playing that game. Do we break out to the downside? Do we have a move down towards the 26k, and then do we hope that buying comes in, gets us back above, and we can slingshot back up? Or are we coming down to, well, just lower levels basically, just more basing out price action, more hopefully accumulation at lower levels? So yeah, there we go. Obviously, Bitcoin not looking as good as England are looking, but hey, that is what it is, isn't it? So that is it, guys. This is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.